Oh, don't start
Welcome
podcasting
back,
now.
ladies and gentlemen. Am I gonna get married? It looks like I'm gonna get married soon. You're all invited to my wedding, and yeah, it'll be no big deal. Uh, but in all seriousness, this is quite an exciting time in my life, and my life is going up. The trajectory of my life is like this. Everything's going up. New people contact me for podcasts. I'm doing podcasts with bigger channels. Shout out to me for that. Just recently did one, a huge. Making more money, more prospects are coming in, YouTube game is popping off, and now girls are asking me to be their husbands and wanting me to, propose to them, which is very nice. That's what you want as a man. And this is gonna go deeper, my friends. I'm gonna have video conversations with Pippa, my future wife, potentially, maybe. Hello, shout out to you. It's gonna be very fun, very entertaining, very energetic. We're gonna say. And yeah, if you're tuning in for the first time, welcome. And we're going to see what the live viewers are saying. So what else can I share?
Did you tell him that bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks?
Hey, we don't want to.
Did you tell him that or no?
We
You
don't
haven't
want.
told him that yet.
We don't want to say that to them because their ears must be very pure to hear that.
It's a secret. It's a secret.
Yeah, it's a secret. So, yes, my friends, it's very nice. Husband life is really tough. First day of husband life, but yeah, when I have lots of children, lots of kids. So actually, that's what I'm doing. That's my purpose in life, and the goal that I have is to make lots of money, lots of resources I want to make, in order to make lots of children. Want to pop out lots of babies. So if you're a woman out there,
Loads and loads of kids for Shiva Kailash.
yeah, who doesn't want that? Nice children.
This is shit.
What else can I share with you, fine folks? So yeah, that husband life treating me really good. If you're watching
that
in the
husband life.
yeah, that husband life, bro, you gotta step your game up. Guy.
Look at that. You 2 days ago you came out as the ego guru king, and 3 days later you have a wife. See how that works?
Yeah, it's definitely because of my ego. Shout out to my big
Nice
fat
and easy.
ego.
Nice and easy.
You think that was my ego? That's probably a good point. It's because my ego is so big that girls are finally noticing my big ego, and they're they're trying to take hold of me. We're
They
gonna
want to
see.
participate. They want some of that big fat ego.
What's up? Utapala. Utpala. That's what it is. What's up? Hello? Yeah, bro, that marriage life, the gotta go home with the wife, and the wife is calling me, happy life, happy wife, they say. And yeah, I wish you all could know what that's like, having a wife and being married. One day you'll get there, juniors. But me, the old timer, you know how it is.
Kiddos.
Lots of experience here, and yeah, that's why you're watching me, ladies and gentlemen. So shout out to me. Shout out to all my teachers that told me otherwise. And this is the biggest motivating factor that I have, that I want to succeed, so I can shove it in all their faces and rub it in. And look at this. When I go to my high school reunion, hey, look at this. This little quiet, calm kid that never bothered anybody. Look what he is now. All of you are working desk jobs. Hey, I'm a nice little successful bee worker. Good job. Not me, buddy. Walking on the red carpet, people flashing their photos on me. Oh, stop it. Stop it. Come on. Paparazzi? Oh, I mean. All right,
No
fine.
photos, no photos, no photos. Give me 6 feet.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, fine. Take it. Take all the photos you want. The more photos of me taken, the better. And what else is there to do? You know, paparazzi, people stalking you, trying to get your clout, trying to find out. Oh, Shiva, we heard that you're dating something, Kim Kardashian, or what's this girl's name? Uh, some other person.
However,
Are the rumors true? Yes, the rumors are true, but stop. Oh my God. Making me blush. And yeah, you know, the consequences of having lots of money. It's like, oh my, I have so much money. Where do I put it? I have to carry in the banks, like so many investments. Oh my God, such a headache with money. I have so much money. Why do I have so much money? I'm gonna say. And shout out to me for that. Lots of kids. My generation is gonna pass out to be 1,000 lifetimes long. 100,000 years are gonna go, and they're gonna be looking back at these YouTube videos, be like, "Wow, our grandfather was so unique, such a master, such a incredible human being, so wise, so ego powerful. Ego powerful gang was on another level." And what else needs to be said? What else needs to be shared? Yeah, lots of land I'm gonna have, lots of beautiful women, beautiful ladies, lots of children, big happy families. I'm gonna be like Osho. I'm gonna learn from Osho, not do his mistakes, but do his good stakes.
that's interesting. What were some of Osho's mistakes? I never heard of it. I never heard this.
Well, it ended up that probably some of his followers slipped something into his food, and he kind of went away that way. So there's some foul play. But
What?
yeah, yeah.
How come I never heard this?
So he was really wild one. He was a wild one, but hey, you know, as Easy E once said, you live by the pew pew, and you also die by the pew pew. So that's how
It's
you
in the
got.
Bible too. Yeah.
That's in the Bible. Then you know.
Live
Oh,
by the sword, die by the sword.
look at this. As we're talking about God, a viewer commented. His username is God with a capital G, God.
Uh-huh.
The Lord himself. And he says, I am Lord of Lords, King of Kings. Shout out to you, Creator. Shout out to the Creator. I'm so big and famous and popular, even God is coming into my live stream. Shout out to you, my friend. Shout out to me. Shout out to Carlos, all of us here. So, you know how it is.
I love
Yeah.
this. This is Ego Guru Gang.
Yeah, I had a podcast today and they were asking me about the ego and being a guru. I'm like, yeah, I'm the ego guru. This is who I am. This is my nickname. I'm going to take this to the grave with me. They're going to tattoo it on the tombstone. Ego
Tattoo it
guru.
on the They're gonna tattoo it on tombstone.
Yeah. Jet Set says, how does that make sense? Well, my friend, because my
Yo, mama.
mind is so strong, whatever I say, it naturally makes sense into the universe. So if I decide to change colors or change logic, all I have to do is just open my mouth and say words. It'll be done. My will is done.
Let me say it this way for you. Shiva doesn't have to make sense. He creates sense. How about that?
That respect.
Whatever he says is sense.
Correct.
Becomes sense automatically.
Yeah, God over here says, I am still on my throne. Shout out to God on my live feed. No big deal. Hey, you know? So,
I want God on my channel. What the heck? How do I get God on here?
you have to be,
I have to be cooler, I guess.
yeah. Let's talk about something that Haley said at the end of our conversation today. Haley, shout out to
Whoa,
Haley.
whoa. Let's not do that.
What happened
How about
there?
that?
What do you mean? Why not?
What the heck? Give undeserved attention?
We're gonna
Ugh.
expose some secrets.
Ugh.
Attention.
Not undeserved attention. Never that, my friend.
Not towards her, never. It's only about me. The whole life is about me. The entire universe is around me. It actually revolves around me. It's scientifically proven. God says, because I created you. Well, the joke's on you, my friend, because I'm your mom. She came over to my house, we could say. And a few months later, you showed up. So you created the universe, but I created you. So how does that work? Anyways, shout out to me for being blasphemous today in this podcast. I'm just kind of, talking while Carlos is setting it up.
Shiva, how do you keep that chat thing like going every time? It seems like every time this happens, I have to set it up again.
Yeah, I have to set it up again every time, but it's not a big deal.
Um,
So shout out to all the 8 people watching us. We just had like 28, but now 8. No big deal. Something that Haley said is she said that I'm a master influencer, or say it in a positive way. I'm a master influencer. And that is absolutely correct, my friends. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm saying. I know how to be careful. I know how not to be careful. And I'm playing the long game. Maybe it's going to end me in whatever.
the long game.
Yeah. So we're going to see, folks. We're going to see. Red Hot Robot says, what's the scope here? What are you guys all about? What we're all about is
Ego game. Ego game.
yeah, we're here to promote your ego, pump up your ego, inflate your ego. I'm the creator of the universe, made everything happen. I'm in a disguised form, as you can see right here. And yeah, we're here to inflate your ego beyond into cosmic proportions, so you're competing with the galaxies that are spinning and the nebulas, so that they feel jealous of you. That's primarily what we're doing.
Big backs.
Utpala says, you guys are doing great work. Thank you very much. Appreciate that comment. Respect.
Thank you, Pala.
Jet Set, you says, so your ego got enlightened but cutting off sorts. Yes, I have an enlightened ego. My ego got enlightened. My ego is shining. Bright. And I am the source. The ego is coming in from the source. Okay. Why do I need a bigger ego? Utapala asks. Because, my friend, your ego is too small. And everybody knows that 2-inch ego is not sufficient for anything to happen. So you need to raise those ego numbers up. At least 7, 8, 9 inches. That's where those are good numbers.
Bare minimum.
Red Hot Robot, I'm not sure this answered my question. Okay, what's the scope here? What are you guys all about? What are we all about? Well, I'm a spiritual master, spiritual guru, real talk. I've transcended my mind, the limitations of my mind, freed from suffering I am. That's it, over, finished. The spiritual game has been complete. Now I'm just kind of fooling around a little bit and teaching all of you spirituality. And that's my whole channel. I spiritually teach people on YouTube, and we're here just to chit-chat on YouTube. You feel free to ask us questions. Utpala asks, so to make something happen, I need a big identity. A big ego.
Yes.
Bigger identity. Yes, correct.
What kind of question is that? Obviously.
Yeah. So, yeah, identity's got to be bigger, because if you have a small identity, people can just walk all over you. And that's not what you want, my friend. You got to have a big...
It's uninteresting. It's uninteresting.
Uninteresting, yes, correct. So you got to have a big, powerful identity. Otherwise, people won't pay attention to you.
And that's any way you can get higher on the chair, by any chance? If possible.
Better?
But yeah, much better, yeah. Thank you, my friend, for not getting offended at me.
Yeah, well, that's the nature of the ego. Perturbed. My ego can soften up and bend a little bit, but not too much.
I better keep your request to a minimum.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Yeah, that's the nature of social dynamics, my friends. You don't want to ask too much, because life is about a give and a take. If you take too much, there's nothing to take. It's got to be reciprocity. Yeah.
Thank you for saying that.
Huggin says no micro identity. Yeah, we don't want to see your micro identity. You hide that until it makes it something bigger. Okay, so I'll make my ego 20 centimeters. My friend, you're using the wrong metric system. I don't even know how much 20 centimeters is. Hey Siri, what's 20 centimeters in inches? 7.8 inches. I mean...
There you go. It's pretty good. It's not bad. You can do something with that. Oh, yeah. I got 18 viewers. It's not bad.
Oh, shout out to you.
Seen worse things.
Whoever's watching. What else? Yeah, practicing that semen retention, as everybody knows. Going hard, 2 years in. What is the worst sin? The worst sin is you spilling your creative fluids out onto the bed sheets or into a plastic bag.
Stop the cap.
No, truthfully, the worst sins, there are 5, the worst sins in the universe. Ready? I'm going to give you the 5 worst sins in the universe. Here they are. Killing your mother. Very bad sin. Killing
What the heck? Shiva. What would cause you to say such a thing on this channel
All
right
right.
now?
According to the Buddha, I'll say it positively for the grade 5
Jesus.
audience, okay? According to the Buddha, there's 5 worst sins. Is making an end happen to the person that gave you birth, the female person, okay? And
There
also
you go.
ending the person that the male person that gave you birth. That's the second worst crime. Third worst crime is ending a person that's transcended all suffering or an enlightened being. That's a very bad crime. Fourth biggest sin is injuring a person that has, how can we say this? Like a Buddha. The Buddha was not simply enlightened, he had much bigger ego. Okay? So injuring a person like that, extremely bad sin. And the fifth is going into a spiritual organization or a spiritual community where true light work is being done and creating a division consciously. Okay, no, we're gonna separate. This is what the Buddha called as the 5 worst sins.
Like me, I do that.
Shiva, what are your thoughts on the Agori path? Agori. Do you know anything about Agoris, Carlos?
Yeah, those are my favorite people.
Really?
I love the Aguris.
The Agoris are the Indian yogis that have skulls around them. They're usually covered in ash, have long hair. Sometimes they eat, let's say, meat that's not animal meat.
Shiva, I got a topic. That we could talk about.
Yeah.
Remember last time we talked about what does it mean to be a man?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go ahead and change my title real quick on my YouTube. Today's stream is going to be
How to be a woman. I can handle that one.
What does it mean to be a woman?
Oh, baby. We nailed it. So to answer your question, my thoughts on the Agori path, it's don't do that, okay? That's a little bit ugly. Sadhguru says, the man you can't see, but it's like, you're trying to dig for water in the earth, you're using your hands and nails. That's going to be very painful. But hey, you can do it realistically. That's not wise. You use a shovel instead. Jetset asks, can you be the T word? Can you be a transitioner? Sure. I mean, you can.
The freak. What is that even supposed to mean?
Yeah, we're not going to go into that because that's not something we discuss here. It's a little bit sensitive. What does it mean to be a woman? Well, I should know because, some people have mistaken me. Maybe if I cut off my beard and just have my long hair, people will mistake me for a woman. Look at that nice woman. In fact, that's what I see most men that have long hair but don't have a beard. It's like, buddy, you're too close to the edge. If you're at a concert and your face was looking away from me, potentially there may be some problems because, especially if you have a nice figure. It was like, oh, look at that little nice person. And then you'd be very shocked to find out when the person turns around. So have a beard. Nature gave you a beard for a reason. Don't shave it off. Okay, that's my expert advice.
So where do you come up with all this nonsense? You're very good at it.
I just sleep, and when I wake up, it comes to me like downloads.
Really?
What about the Highlander? Not sure what that means. What does it mean to be a woman? A woman is a person that has a womb. Period. That's it. Definition over. Goodbye, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for the podcast.
But it's also because remember when we spoke about being a man, even you were like, oh, so what? Just because you have a thing between your legs, does that make you a man? And you said no, so we're gonna do the same thing for women now. We get the
Okay.
standards, the standards
Fine.
here.
We're gonna define as like, what does it mean to be a boy? Okay, and what does it mean to be a man? Those are a little bit two different things. What does it mean to be a girl, and what does it mean to be a woman? We're gonna refine it a little bit.
Trick Anwar in the chat. Shout out Anwar.
By the way, anybody that's wondering, these aren't seeing glasses. I have perfect vision, pristine, clear eyesight. A hawk would be very jealous of my eyesight. They would find my eyes very impressive, how far I can gaze into the universe. But my eyesight doesn't filter blue light. These are blue light glasses. They help me sleep, okay? I like my sleep. So don't think here that I need glasses. No. Eric asks, at least groom it, guy. No. How about no? I want to groom it. What does that mean, huh? Can you explain? No, nature did this. This is how it's going to be. I'm just going to leave it alone. Just leave yourself alone, buddy. I'm going to groom it. I know what I'm doing. No. Don't do it. Whoa.
Me like that statement. Just groom it, guy.
Bipedal ape man. Okay. I can't say this.
All right, Shiva, let's talk about the subject. I'm going to start recording now, like the actual video.
All right, I'll introduce it then. I'll start recording at the same time then.
Okay, but remember, the point of the subject is going to be what is going to be a woman, but we're not going to say, oh, just having a womb. No. When it came to what is mean to be a man, you gave us all these standards and standards basically that they had to meet. So we're going to do the same thing for women now, okay? Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready, baby.
Starting in 3. I need a coffee. Mama.
Mama.
Mama. Wait, hold on a second. Mom.
Mommy.
Mom. Mama. Mom. Mommy. Mom.
Time to sip some coffee at 10 p.m.
Mommy, mama. Mom.
Womb and no Adam's apple.
Mom. Mom. Please, Mom.
Eric, I bet you, we looked at a picture of you, you look like a nice, let's see, how should I put this gently, very gently for YouTube.
What did he say to you?
He said, the way you look, the way you have it, he basically makes me sound like I'm a lady with a beard. The way that I have it. Buddy, it's called having testosterone. You should look into it.
Mom, could you make me some coffee, please? Mom. Can she hear me? Mom.
Oh my goodness.
Mom. Can you make me coffee?
Aw. By the way, guys, Carlos isn't a spoiled little baby. He has to ask.
Do you mind making me some coffee, please? Yeah, I'm falling asleep. I know. I'm gonna drink water and coffee. I'm gonna pee myself.
Aww.
Thank
Hey,
you, Mom.
stop it! Stop making fun of my friend. He has a serious condition physically. He can't.
I'm paralyzed. Okay, guys, I'm paralyzed. Okay, so before this, I was a young, successful, independent woman, and I was able to take care of myself. But now I'm paralyzed because I caught an autoimmune disease. God has smitten me, and now I have to live at my mom's house and beg her for coffee and other things because I can't do them for myself anymore, okay?
It's true.
So does that make you feel better about yourselves out there, you jerks? You're jerks.
Way to shame them. That's good. That's good stuff.
They deserve it. They deserve it.
Yeah.
These jerk heads. What's wrong with them?
Yeah. Come on, guys. Get it together. This is not a place to make fun of Carlos.
Besides, women should make you coffee. That's the thing. That's what.
Anyway, changing the subject very quickly. Blah, 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 blah. You don't know what we just said. Forget about everything you said.
Whoop-dee.
Eric,
let's go ahead and get it cracking. We're going to talk about today, what does it mean to be a woman? You ready, Shiva? You're going to introduce it. Let me know when you're ready.
Okay, ready.
She's got them introducing skills.
Watch this, babies.
Ready?
Watch this.
Listen and learn. Ready? Here we go. Starting in 3, 2, 1.
What does it mean to be a woman? Not a lady or a girl or someone that is in that gender, but an actual woman.
Correct. Not a female.
Yes, not a female, a woman. Like there's a man. Well, there's a man, not a boy, not a gentleman, a man. Similarly, what does it mean to be a woman?
Correct.
Well, we're gonna take some educated guesses because we're both men. We don't know, but we're gonna guess. Let me explore the territory here. And for all the social people that are very strong in their rights, we don't know. We're stupid. Please, we got hit in the head of our children. We don't know. Please, okay. We gotta make sure we're very safe. And that's
we're not gonna guess here, Shiva. Don't pretend like we're gonna guess. Okay,
Hey,
what we're gonna say
guess.
is what we want in a woman. Okay. Who cares what a woman actually means? I don't give a dang. Okay. I'm gonna talk about what I want in a woman.
What I'm gonna say first, I'm gonna start it off. I'm gonna say that a woman, somebody that has a majority of feminine energy. Ooh, femininity, like this.
Just feminine as fudge. And calm. No, yes. Cool, calm, and collected. So let's talk about it, because last time we made a video, we talked about what does it mean to be a man, and we said that a man has to be a provider and a protector, and he has to be strong and a stoic and all this other nonsense, and he has to make money and he has to be charismatic and all these rules and standards. And I'm sure women, they would tell you he has to have he has to have at least a 6-inch with 6 figures and 6 feet tall, right? Isn't that what all you girls would say? So there you go. All you girls, there's your standards, and we have to fall into that. And if we don't, then we don't get any girls. So now we're going to flip it around, and we're going to put it on you. And we're going to say, what does it mean to be a woman? That's it. It's going to be today's topic. So I'm going to start it off. Number 1 rule for you to be a woman, you have to focus on your looks. Sorry to tell you that.
Whoa. He said it, not me. Okay.
You have to be beautiful. I'm sorry to tell you. And maybe beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I don't know, Shiva. What do you got to think? What do you got to say about that? But
okay, I'm gonna expose myself here. Okay, sorry, but I like girls that look good. I mean, sorry, I don't know what to tell you.
That's crazy, mind blowing. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Did you just say that?
I take it back. I regret it. Maybe not.
That is unbelievable. You like girls who look good? That is crazy. That is unheard of. That is unheard. Why would you do such a thing?
Well,
isn't beauty on the inside? What's wrong with
you? Yeah, beauty is on the inside. This is so unspiritual. I feel like unspiritual saying this. You know, it's like, come on, God, why'd you gotta make this way? Like, oh, you have to look a certain way, and if you don't look, it's like, oh, God, come on, God. But anyways,
no, and I'm glad you're being honest about that, Shiva, because you did say that offline. You said it. You were like, why are we like that? Right? Like, that's like, oh, that's all a woman has to offer. No, that's not a woman has to offer. Of course not. We want a lot of other things that come with that, but that's like number 1. Like basically, like if you're not there and you're a great person, then nobody's gonna care. And if you are there and you're a great person, then people will care. We got Silent Oaks in the chat. Shout out to Silent Oaks. Let's see. Oh, she says, I hope this is a woman. I don't know. It could be a guy. It says, a woman is what makes a house into a home. Am I right?
Very deep. Good job. Very on point and accurate. Yes. So if you're a man, you build the house, and then a woman comes and beautifies the inside. Now it's a home. It's not just a bunch of wood. It's a home. Wow. Absolutely.
Yeah, I remember when I had my own place. I remember it just looked like a frat house almost, like not even a frat house, like a college dorm. Like not even a college dorm, worse than that. Like just like like when somebody just first moves in and they just like put the bed there and the couch and the TV. That's it. That was my home, or my house. And then when a woman first moved in, all of a sudden there's decorations, there's pictures on the wall, there's lights everywhere, there's flowers, there's
Yes,
They
absolutely.
beautify things.
At the same time, my friends, to be fair, if you're on the spiritual path, you can be as good of a woman inside of you as any lady out there. And you can beautify your own house by in embracing your feminine energy. Oh, look at me, feminine energy. Look, the feminine energy is present in my room, all these little things that I have. So, yeah, to contradict everything you said. But
Yeah,
anyways,
no, I don't know. So, what else does it mean to be a woman, Shiva? Let's
let's
talk about
think.
this.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, a woman probably takes care of children really good. It doesn't mean that you have to or whatever, but probably you like kids. Hey, yeah,
It's so funny how we have to dance around.
we're treading on dangerous territory here.
It's, it's so funny when we were talking about men, we just went in, we didn't care. We're just like, yeah, you have to work hard. You have to be a slave. I don't care. Like work hard and provide and protect and be. But when it talks about women, we have to like dance on like we have to skate on thin ice
That's
over
so
here. Like
true.
it's the
That's so true.
scariest thing ever.
Wow. Yeah, it's
Like,
scary. I don't know why they made it scary like
we're
this.
not allowed to have standards all of a sudden.
So I'm gonna answer every question with maybe, potentially, I don't know.
It's so why is it like this though? I don't understand. Like why does it have to be so difficult? Like let's just be honest. Okay. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's not say what does it mean to be a woman. Look, a woman is you could be whatever you want. Okay,
Yes.
that's what a woman is. But what we are going to make this episode is what would we potentially, maybe, possibly, hypothetically like to see in our women? That's How about that? Is that
Possibly,
better for all you
hypothetically. Possibly,
cupcakes out
hypothetically.
there?
Correct.
Possibly, hypothetically, maybe,
But we don't know.
potentially, but we don't know. Allegedly.
Yeah. Allegedly.
Do your own research.
Yeah, this is.
I wake. What is it? I K Y K. If
Yeah.
you know, you know, type of thing. What is
So
it?
I want to add more. What else makes a woman? And it is. Let's see. It was just right at the tip of my mind.
No, not what makes a woman.
Ah,
What would you
Why not?
like in
Yes,
a
yes,
woman?
yes, 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 yes,
Yeah,
yes.
because we don't want to offend anybody. You know what
Oh
I'm
my
saying?
god, I forgot. You're gonna have to.
Yeah. So I would like. So personally, like, look, like, let's be real for a second. So when we talked about thank you. I got it. I'm good. Thank you. Mom. So when we talked about it last time, we referred to what does it mean to be a man. We were very blatant about the fact that they had to be providers and protectors, right? And so then I say we can pretty much talk about this woman thing in using that as a reference point, right? So if I have to be a provider and a protector, and I think most women would agree, then that means that I should have a sense of, I should have a degree of,
Uh-oh. Here it comes.
I should have a degree of, what should we call it?
Oh god, oh god.
What's the word?
We gotta scour through the dictionary, make sure we find the least precise word. The least ambiguous word. The least ambiguous word.
God,
very
the
surgical
most
here.
ambiguous word.
Okay.
Let's see. Silent Oaks in the chat says, "Is there a female counterpart for the lingam in terms of a spiritual object?"
Yes, it's called a yoni. A yoni.
A yoni. What does that look like? Can you show
Well,
us?
yoni is
Literally that.
yeah.
Shambho.
Yeah. So let's see.
That's funny because it's also the sign of the Illuminati. You feel me?
Well, if I
Anyway,
Yeah,
so no, so back to what I was saying. So yeah, like if being a man means that we have to be providers or protectors, then being a woman, right? That means I should have some.
yeah, okay,
What's the word, Chiva? What is the word? Let's think. Can we think of the polite word to say? Okay, so if it's my responsibility to provide and protect for you,
And we all know that women don't need that providing, protecting. We're just guessing here, okay? We're just guessing.
we all know that you definitely don't need it. You don't need it. You know, you guys could do everything we can do, but better. But let's just say an imaginary, an
Hypothetical.
imaginary,
We're talking about a book.
an imaginary parallel universe. Let's just imagine that you do want a man who provides and protects you. Okay, I got it. It would be hard for him to provide and protect you if you didn't take his opinions into strong
We don't know what we heard just now, ladies and gentlemen. We had a little bit technical.
It would be hard for him to hold on. It would be hard for him to provide and protect you if you.
You're cutting out. Something's happening.
You do it.
Something's
You
happening.
do it. Okay. All right. Let me try to reiterate one more time. Okay. In a parallel, imaginary Disney movie hypothetical situation, if you're the type of woman that wants your man to be a provider and a protector, it would be hard for him to provide and protect you if you didn't strongly take his opinion into consideration.
All right. Okay. We got through it.
What do you think? Is that PC enough for you?
Yeah. Well, again, we don't know. We don't know what we're saying.
Allegedly.
Yes, allegedly, and yeah, I mean it's true that maybe in some parallel universes in a hypothetical situation, some girls want a man that is strong and capable, but we all know that you can do that too. And
Probably better than us.
yeah, let's move on from the subject very quickly. Somebody says.
So the first thing. Yep.
Yeah, you need eat a lot of cow steaks. You'll be very strong. Allegedly.
That's true. Absolutely, I agree with that. So yeah, so we already said we got through point number 1. In order for you to be the type of woman that me and Shiva would be into, we would just possibly, maybe hypothetically, want you to take our opinion very strongly into consideration. That'd be preference number 1.
Yeah.
Preference number 2 would also be that you be beautiful. Possibly, hypothetically, maybe.
Preference number 3. Preference number 3 is you probably, maybe, potentially should stay away from other individuals of the opposite sex. Meaning, you don't have friends that are, oh, this is Jim, my friend. No, he's my friend. Trust me. Better, maybe you want to stay away from that, and yeah. If you're if you're in an airplane and you want to take the pilot's instructions very seriously, that's my example.
Let's just put it that way.
In the previous point,
let's put it like this, for example, like let's just say, for example, if I had a fancy luxury car and I wouldn't want to park it in a dangerous neighborhood. Let's just put it that way. Can we use that as an example? Maybe is that
unrelated to the topic? Yeah,
totally unrelated. We're only talking about cars here.
Yes. Okay, let's talk about cars, please.
Yeah. Let's talk about cars. If I had a nice luxury car that was beautiful, I would. I wouldn't want to put it in a dangerous neighborhood,
right?
Where it had a high likelihood of getting touched or stolen. Put it that way.
And if it was an automatic car, I would make sure that it's programmed so it doesn't go to other owners for some weird reason. Hey, you're my car. Come on. Please nobody could turn it on except for me. Yeah, very valid point. That's,
you know what I'm saying?
You found the
words.
We're
talking about cars here. We're talking about cars.
Very strong motorists. What else?
And it would be a good idea to consider the idea or what we call this, the concepts of nature, I guess. So like in nature, for example, it's very well known fact that if how can we put this? certain parts, certain features on a certain features on the feminine species
Uh-huh.
attract men, right? In
Uh-huh.
certain ways, like for example, like the peacock, you know, when they put their tail feathers up, it could attract the opposite gender, right? Similar in human beings, they have certain, you know, females have certain features that attract the opposite gender. So you should probably, if you're in a relationship, you should probably do your best to hide those things to not attract unwanted attention, essentially, basically.
Mm.
So don't advertise the goods unless that's what you want, you know. And then if you show me that that's what you're trying to do, then you know I might be a little bit less inclined to mm, mm, taking you seriously.
Yeah, very, very interesting point you raise. I think we should explore this because if I had a luxury car, maybe it's not the wisest thing to be like, "Hey, everybody, look at my luxury car. Look at everything in it." You want to show it off once in a while, especially to your friends.
But
But
you want to keep it in the garage most of the time
that's true.
with a nice little like blanket over it, you know, to cover it from the sun. You know, just
Yeah,
keep it nice and protected.
yeah.
You don't want to just leave it parked in a dangerous neighborhood with the hood open, showing all of its parts, right?
Mm-hmm,
Exposed.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You don't want that. You definitely don't want to do that because then somebody might just look at it and be like, "Ooh, maybe I need this alternator over here, or I need this engine piece for my car, or whatever," and
Mm,
just take it, right? So
yeah,
you want to cover. You want to leave the hood covered, so you're not showing all the parts. You know what
yes.
I'm saying? If you catch my drift.
Whew. Okay, we're getting through this.
What else? Well, we got to
And
the part number three.
you
What's
know,
part number?
yeah, I just want to add to this. You know why? Because why do you want this? Because maybe if it's like an AI artificial car, meaning has a mind of its own, it's intelligent vehicle, then
Mm,
maybe it finds an owner that's maybe a little bit better in some areas, and you don't want that naturally because you're selfish, as everybody is.
mm.
So you kind of don't want that to happen, and but shouldn't the
Now,
anyway?
don't get me wrong. Now, look, if you're
Shouldn't
if
fuck.
you're if that's what you want to do, by all means, you have the freedom to do that, right? Hey, you know, if that's what you do, you were never mine to begin with. However, though, um, ugh,
Okay,
got what I was gonna say now.
yeah. Let's move on. Let's talk more about what are some other things that make or that men find attractive in women, or at least that I find attractive in my personal subjective experience. Nothing. This doesn't relate to other people, of course.
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna bring up. Social media. That's what it was. Social media, advertisement agency, number one dating platform, Instagram, Facebook. So for all of you ladies out there, you know, uh, well, actually, let's not say for all you ladies, for all you vehicles out there, for all the cars out there, all the no, wait, hold on, for all the AI no, what are we gonna call them? Jeez, I'm getting,
Uh,
I'm feeling so banned.
oh man, this
What's
so
the word we're gonna call? What are we gonna call them? I don't know what to say. For
well.
all the people,
Yeah, for other people.
for all the people that would strongly want to consider being in a who would want to be considered for a long term friendship. For a who would want to be considered for a long term friendship. One thing that we all have to admit is that social media is basically a dating app. It doesn't matter. Like most people think, like, oh no, I'm not on. At least I'm not on Tinder,
Mm,
right? But the
mm.
thing about it is, Instagram is basically Tinder.
Yeah, absolutely.
Facebook is basically Tinder. All of them, all the above, they're all basically Tinder because why? If you post your picture on there, people see it, right? And then they're like, "Oh, I want to say something to this individual." Right? And
Hmm.
so it's basically a marketing platform. And the thing that you're advertising on there is yourself. And
Correct.
so basically the only reason you would do that is because you want to garner attention for yourself. What's
Yeah.
going on, Ajit? Shout out to Ajit in the chat. Hello, Ajit.
Let me address one comment here. Jet Set says, this is pretty cringe. You know what I know is cringe? When this gentleman talks to the ladies. That's for sure is cringe.
Definitely cringe. Tell him to elaborate though. What is it like? Give us something to work with here. Like that comment was pretty cringe.
You know, RSD Tyler said that people that find like the social dynamics cringe and talking about it cringe, for sure they're gonna be very cringe when they start interacting with people. Because buddy, you need to educate yourself. You need to learn.
Yeah. Make sure to make some videos. Okay, Ajit says make sure to make some videos.
What else?
We're definitely not doing that right now, that's for sure.
Yeah, Instagram is a very big dating app. And
It's a big dating app. That's what it's there for. People are always sitting there like, no, it's just there for me to put my pictures. It's like, bro, you have an app for that on your phone if you want to store your memories. Okay, you're putting it out there for other people to see, and then they comment on it and they hit the like button, and every 5 minutes you look at it and you see, oh look how many likes I got. And I bet you if I click on it, it's gonna be 99% guys. Okay, so it's a dating app, and then all of a sudden you post a picture with your boyfriend, and the likes go down 75%.
ooh,
I wonder why that is.
nice.
I wonder why that is. Why does that happen?
So if I have a very strong friendship with the opposite gender, I will definitely make sure that there is no social media presence. Because why? Why would you want that? You can talk to your friends, sure, easily, but why are you advertising yourself on it? Why are you showing pictures?
Yeah, that's important to know. What's another one? Let's see. Another one I would say, another one is this. So social calibration. So understanding that naturally, right? This is what happens, right? And whether you guys want to accept this or not, it's absolutely true. But guys will try each other, right? They'll try to push the limits of the boundaries as far as they can go. So even let's say you're walking around with a girl, if you don't look tough or intimidating, then you know it's prone for another guy to might try his luck, even though you might be around, right? And so, you know, let's say in that situation, you're out and about and somebody comes and they're like, hey, girl, you know, et cetera, whoop de whoop. There's two things that can happen. Either the guy can just immediately step in and be like, hey, dude, back off. Don't talk to my girl. You know what I mean? And then he might just act silly and be like, oh, you know, no, my bad. I'm sorry. I was just going to ask her the time, whatever. But in reality, you know, at the same time, it's also the girls partly hold some responsibility there. I would say that it's the wisest thing to not entertain the interaction. What do you think about that, Shiva?
If I had a long-term friend, we can say, I would definitely tell her, hey, if there's men that are chatting you up, it's your business to walk away. I mean, if you want. But if you're opening up to them, okay, well, we definitely shouldn't be together. It's like, what are you doing? At the same time, if it goes across a level of harassment, then it's your responsibility as a man to start doing something.
Correct.
This is out if you're out in public. But if, you know, a man starts to enter your territory, like maybe he's, you know, messaging on social media or something, this is also a little bit... you're crossing the territory.
Let's talk about that for a second, Shiva. Let's say you have a long-term friend, and this friend of yours, you know, unknown gender, gets hit up on their DM from the opposite gender, and this person is like, "Hey, what's up, cutie?" et cetera, whatever, or like, "Hey, what's going on with you? Like, I like you." What would be the appropriate thing for your long-term friend to do in that situation?
I think it needs to be very clearly established that I'm that person's friend to everybody. Once that's properly established, the men won't interact with her. At least the proper men.
No, but let's just say they do anyway. Let's say let's say you're in the profile picture, plus underneath that in her bio she says, I'm with this guy, he's my boyfriend, definitely don't hit me up. But then let's just say some guy hits her up anyway. hits up your friend?
I
What would
mean,
be the appropriate response for your friend
block
to
and
do?
delete. Oh, for my friend. Yeah.
Thank you. Block and delete. Block and delete. Should your friend be like should your friend be like,
No.
why are you bothering me? Should your friend be like, hey, like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Thank you. Thank you for telling me I'm cute. I appreciate the compliment. Is that what they should say?
That would be inappropriate. No.
That would be completely inappropriate, right?
Yes.
Should they be like? Should they even say what? And then what if the guy's like, hey, but I just think you're cute. I know. I just wanted to say what's up. Should your girl say, yeah, I know, but I have a boyfriend?
No.
What would that communicate? Saying something like, but I have a boyfriend.
That she's showing interest.
Can you go into that a little bit? How does that communicate that she's showing interest? But I have a boyfriend.
Yeah, girls want the strongest man. She wants you to break the walls, break the barriers. Let's see who's stronger. If you're going down that path as a woman already, you're probably not with the first guy to begin with. Maybe you're just, So, yeah.
So basically, but I have a boyfriend means, this is what it means. It means if I didn't have a boyfriend, I'd be down. So basically, the way the guy would take that is, okay, so I'll just wait a couple of months.
Ooh. Wow.
Right?
You said it. You
That's
analyze
what it means. So that's why the best response is no response. Like my friend just said, block and delete. Keep it pushing. Automatically, if I hit up a girl and she says anything to me, I'm already in my head thinking, okay, it's there's a level of interaction, whether it be low or not or whatever, but there's a level of interaction going on. There's maybe some banter here and there, and then maybe I have to play the long game and wait it out for a couple of months and check in on her a couple of months later, see where she's still at, check her temperature, right? That's all that's saying. But if a girl doesn't respond, or I realize that she blocks me after I send the next message, then she's gone from my memory, and I move on to the next one.
Mm-hmm. Very wise. Jesse Smith asks, are you guys alpha or beta males?
We're beta males, absolutely. We're totally submissive in every way to every other man that's out there.
Yeah.
How about you? What about you?
I take it a step further. I'm not a beta male. I'm a Charlie male, even lower.
Charlie. Oh man, that is hilarious. No, yeah, we talked about this last episode, right? The alpha and beta male is conditional. So an alpha male isn't always an alpha male, and a beta male isn't always a beta male. It just depends on what room he's in and who's in the room. And the alpha, you could be alpha in most situations and still get out alphaed. Let's say all of a sudden you're in a room with I don't know, some UFC fighter. 9 times out of 10, you're not going to be the alpha male anymore. So
it's true.
Just the best thing for you to do is play the cards that you were given. Play to your strengths and stay out of rooms where you're at a disadvantage. It's the best thing you do. Use your mind.
That's correct.
Use your mind to avoid sticky situations.
Yes. And shout out to all the men that are going out with their friends, we're going to call them. Hey, let's go out to the nightclub. Whoa. That's on another level of intelligent. Let's go out where I'm competing with hundreds of men and it's dark and
and on top of that, they're all intoxicated and have a little liquid courage in them, right? Even I've done this plenty of times. You know how many times I've gone to the club and I'm like, hey, I don't give a damn. That girl's with her, looks like she's with her boyfriend. Hey, what's up, girl? What's going on? What's up with you? What's going on with you over here? Is this your man? Yeah, F him. How about that? Why don't you come with me?
Wow. Respect.
If you catch me in the right moment, I might do that.
Yes.
And so you're going to force me to be in that situation? Nah, hell no. Get away from me.
Absolutely.
Leave me alone.
Absolutely.
And then another word even worse than that, girls' night out. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Don't even get me started on girls' night out. It's one thing if I'm there, at least I could do something about it. But now I'm not there, and it's just you and a bunch of girls in some skimpy clothes, and guys are just dying to buy you drinks, and you're sitting there like, hee, okay, I guess I could get a drink. F you, get away from me. You're not my friend anymore. We're not friends anymore. At that point, you know what I mean? That's what it means to be a.
Yeah.
What else?
Jesse Smith says, he follows up. He says, alpha is a mentality, not always physical.
Shut up, Jesse. How about that? How's that for your mentality? Alpha's not a mentality. It's not always physical. Shut up. Just shut up. Okay.
Whoa.
You're wrong. Alpha. Look. I don't care what you do. You cannot control the external environment at all times. Okay. The world is chaotic. It's random. It's not fair. Sometimes you're gonna get alpha, bro. I'm sorry. Do you have the alpha mentality? Type it in the chat right now. Yes or no. Do you have it? I dare you to type yes. I dare you. I triple dog dare you right now to type in yes that you have the alpha mentality. And then I want you to type in the chat, have you ever been out alpha before? That's what I want to know. Has it ever happened even one time? Even with your alpha mentality? Listen, I'm one of the most alpha mentality guys that you'll ever meet, and even it happens to me sometimes. Okay? Sometimes some guys, they get me. They get the upper hand on me. It doesn't happen often, but it happens, okay? But this is the thing. I do recognize this. I got to sometimes just take it on the chin and just say, hey, you know what? I lost that one. I'm gonna try to, be the tough guy again tomorrow.
Yeah. And Joe Biden is more alpha than you.
Basically. Shout out to Ego Gang on that note. If you're not feeling alpha enough, go ahead and get your ego game up.
Yeah.
Those are the services that we offer.
I mean, I'm being serious. Joe Biden is more alpha than both of us because Joe Biden holds the military. And if he walked into the room, it's over. If you had a girlfriend, she would be shriveling in her boots because the president of the United States walked in. Let's not pretend here, okay?
No, never.
All right.
Why do you keep bringing that?
Bro,
why do you keep?
What are you talking about, bro? The president of the United States, the president of the free world. I don't care. Joe Biden, man, the most alpha male in the United States. All right, shout out to Joe Biden.
Crazy.
The G, bro.
Come on, man. In the famous words of Joe Biden, come on, man.
Whatever. Leaving this topic aside.
If Joe Biden walked in with my girl, I feel like my status would go up. Immediately, my status would go up immediately. But me and my girl would both be sitting there laughing at him. That's what would happen.
Whatever.
Donald Trump walk in the room. That's a different story now. Hey. Big boss. Big Daddy's here. No, I'm kidding. I still feel the same way. He's old. Maybe somebody like Mr. Date walked in, then I'd be like, hey, we gotta leave immediately. Yeah. Exit the room.
Yeah. Sometime soon, I'm gonna learn how to fight, or I'm gonna take this much more seriously.
Why, Shiva? Why? Why are you gonna learn how to fight?
Because very necessary.
Why do you think it's necessary? Talk to me about that. You're gonna fight everybody? You
gotta protect yourself. You gotta protect your loved ones. And that's about it.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Look at me. I'm gonna tell you something very, very. I'm gonna be very upfront about this. Okay. Even in person, I'm one of the biggest a-holes that you will ever meet. Okay. And I disrespect people all the time that are 5 times my size. And I'm gonna tell you something. 99.9999999% of the time, nobody really wants to fight most of the time. If a guy does come in with a certain energy, you can feel like, okay, this guy's just asking for it. Like he really came out here to just start some trouble. Then you just stay away from that guy. But most of the time, people don't want to. They don't really want to. It's like I've been in situations so many times where I come up to guys and I'm like, "What's up, bro? You want to fight?" And it's usually like, "No, I don't want to fight. No, it's okay." too much of a struggle. It's too much of a hassle. And you can go to jail. You know, you risk getting hurt. You risk hurting the other person seriously. People don't want it. They don't want to do that nowadays most of the time. Now, unless you're around, you know, the wrong people. Don't get it twisted. Some people are all about it, but most of the times you don't have to worry about it.
Interesting, yeah.
I don't see you being in those situations too often.
But still, I want to take this as a life practice, and it'll change my mind on many things. Very worthwhile skill to have. I
think it'll be a good worthwhile journey as a challenge to yourself.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. You know, you train for fighting, and one of the first things they're going to make you do is run miles. Because if you ever get into a ring with somebody, it's funny. It was funny one time I joined a boxing gym, and as soon as I joined, I was thinking this was going to be fun. I was like, you know, they're going to have me sparring with little people like around my size. I was like, it's not going to be a big deal. I'm probably not going to hurt that much. I was kind of little at the time, and I'm like, oh, you know, how bad could it possibly be, right? The coach had me just running miles and miles and miles and miles for like 3 months. And then when I would come in and get exhausted, completely exhausted from running, then he'd be like, okay, now punch the bag for 4 hours. And then I'd be exhausted from punching the bag, and he said, okay, run another 3 miles again. And he would do that for months and months and months and months. And I was like, bro, what the hell? I came here to box. And he's like, you're not ready, bro. You're not, it's not time for you to box. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so boring. Finally, I'm like, bro, like I'm about to just quit this gym if you don't let me fight somebody. He's like, okay, you want to fight somebody? Okay, come on, we're gonna get you to fight somebody. He put me in the ring. I'm 150 pounds wet. He put me in the ring with some guy that was like 300 pounds, professional boxer. This guy beat the living snot out of me. I couldn't even breathe after 2 seconds. Like before he even hit me, I already couldn't breathe. Because like you sit there, you know how like it's funny, like they have to you get in there for the first time, they have to remind you to breathe. Because you're so tense, you get so tensed up in that moment. Imagine you're sitting there facing a 300-pound guy, and he looks like he's just dying for you to hit him. And like his biggest dream in the world is for you to hit him so that he can have an opening to hit you back. And he's coming at you full force, and he's ready to just knock your head off. You even forget to breathe. Your coach is literally in the back corner saying, breathe, 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 make sure you breathe. And like, you know, I just remember being in that situation, and it's like, I'm like, oh, this is why he was having me run 3 miles every single day, is because like you run out of oxygen really quickly. When you swing and you miss, you have no idea how much oxygen you lose in those situations, especially when you're forgetting to breathe at the same time. So it's a very challenging sport to be in. And then, you know, I stayed in the ring, you know, was forgetting to breathe. And then I was forgetting everything the coach taught me, all the little, you know, combos, everything. My mind went completely blank. And then all of a sudden it was just like, oh, I don't want to get punched in the face by this guy. And then as I was thinking about getting punched in the face, then he would punch me in the stomach. And then when I would block my stomach, then he would punch me in the face. And then I blocked my face and he punched me in the stomach. And then by the end of it, I got 2 black eyes and my stomach hurts. And, you know, not even a half a round went by. I'm completely winded. And I'm sitting there like, what the hell? Who does this type of thing for a living? These people are crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I went home and I'm like, I'm looking at my eyeballs. They're both black and blue. And I'm sitting there like, what the heck? I don't want to do this.
Yeah. I stepped into the box ring a few times as well for sparring, and it takes so much out of you. You get winded so fast, and that's, you know, in a real fight, street fight, it's like 2 minutes and you're out. It's over. You're gassed probably. So,
you never see a street fight go that long. They're usually every street fight I've ever seen it's been like 10 seconds. Somebody just gets knocked out and it's over. Like that's usually what happens.
Yeah.
So on that note, let's go back to what does it mean to be a W. Basically, yeah. So you got to understand that under every interaction between 2 men, there's always a threat of violence. And so as my friend, it's your job to basically, it's not your job to protect me, but it's like, it's your job to not antagonize the situation at least. Right? Don't make it harder for me to protect you, at least, at the bare minimum, I would say. Right? And so you do that by basically not entertaining other interactions with the opposite sex. Not trying to get way too much attention, right? Like don't go out there with your, like I said, showing everything under the hood all the time. Show a level of
Correct.
moderation.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty cringe, isn't it?
No, it's not. It's very important, very valuable. Shout out to all the, you know, the people that are different than us, Carlos and I. And yeah, my friends.
It's just, and you know what the funny part about all this is? I'm gonna have to say this because I'm speaking from experience here. When I'm with a long-term friend and they don't have these qualities, I might sometimes, I might deal with it a little bit. I might not say something sometimes. I might be like, I'm gonna just let it slide this time. Maybe they're not fully aware. Maybe they're not doing it on purpose. It's not no bad intentions here. But little by little, I just like, I don't want to be your friend anymore internally. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, little by little, the friendship just starts to diminish. And then one day it's just like, what happened to my friend? We haven't talked in a while. It's so hard to talk about this subject. There's so many things you can't say.
There's always going to be somebody that is richer than you, more famous than you, more valuable than you as a man. And if you're with your friend, we'll say, that's different than you, then it has to be a little bit deeper than just your physical, hey, we're physically this, or you have hormones. You gotta have some values together. Because the values is what's gonna overturn, oh, this man has more value than you, or this man has a little bit of more fame or rich or drives a nice car. Those things are a little bit superficial. So the values, my friends, I may be naive here, 29 years old, never really been in a committed relationship, but I think this is the way to go.
No, you definitely hit it right on the head. And I think that another thing in regards to the values that I would say is important is this. A lot of the times, sometimes the friends want a lot of time and attention. And they don't realize that as men, we're trying to figure out how to provide and protect, and so when it comes to providing, especially, it takes up a lot of our time most of the time. Like, think about how many videos a day we have to do, Shiva, just try to be YouTube famous. This takes up hours of our time just doing the videos, then another bunch of hours editing, and another bunch of hours uploading and naming titles and creating thumbnails and talking to the Discord members and all this nonsense they have to do constantly. And that's how the whole time you got your friend. "Oh, you don't love me anymore. You don't care about me. Why don't you show me any attention?" It's like, I'm trying to provide and protect for you here. Leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? So I think you got to be very understanding and very, you got to be very aware and conscious of the fact that what we're trying to accomplish here. Okay, it's bigger than us sometimes in these situations. I'm trying to think about the future of our kids here.
Yeah, very valid point. And I think that there are some people that are different than us, different than our bodies, than the two of us here, that that don't really care about you as a friend. They want the most aggressive friend. Sometimes they're even willing to put you in jeopardy because they know it doesn't really hurt them, it hurts you. And let's see if you stand up for me. Let's see if you fight for me. Or let's see who's stronger here.
They will do that.
Case in point, I remember this one time I was in the club and I remember some RSD guy saying, if you approach a girl with a boy, with a man and a woman that maybe they're together, they're doing something, smooching in the night places. Sometimes the girl will be so excited because it's like it's
Who's gonna win here?
yes, yes. So I remember seeing this on a girl. I'm like, hey, hello. While they were smooching. I'm like, hello, how are you? You should have seen her. She was like, I just climbed Mount Everest. Hello, what's gonna happen
She's like,
here?
yay, the challenge, the gladiators are gonna fight it out for me.
Yeah. So you gotta pick the right woman, also, my friends.
It's absolutely true. It's a sad story, but it happens.
And
Um,
let's talk about children. Because children is the end outcome of this friendship. Okay?
mm,
And you gotta pick the right person, and you gotta make sure that you have the resources to make children. You gotta bring children into the world.
yeah, so when it comes to my friend who I'm gonna have children with in the long term, I would definitely, so for example, right? This is something that's important to me. So I need a woman who's very aware of the, let's say, the social dynamics that are occurring in the current location that we're in, right? Let's say in my case, the United States of America. What are the social dynamics? What is the culture like? What are the schools teaching? What are the politics in the country currently teaching? What is the media currently pushing? Right, things of that nature. And I need my friend to be able to take that into consideration and to be the counter to those things to our children. So if the media is trying to push our kids in a certain direction, I need to have a partner who's gonna say, "Hey, kids, nope, this is not it right here.
Hmm.
We're not going in this direction." Even to the extent that if I say, "Hey, you know what? I just realized that this school is, teaching the kids a couple of wrong things here. I don't think it's going to be good for their future." And I need to say something like, "Hey, guess what? I need you to stay home with the kids and homeschool them." And that's good. That's what I want my friend to do. You know what I mean? My friend's gonna have to do that in that case. And that's what's most important in a friend that I'm gonna have kids with.
Yeah.
She has to prioritize her children, right?
Shout out to all those friends.
All those friends, wonderful friends,
We love those
beautiful
friends.
friends. We
Yeah.
love those friends.
Oh, friends.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like imagine, you're with a friend, and instead of being the type of girl to sacrifice those small pleasures like going to the club or hanging out with her friends or whatever, for the children, she's like, no, I want to go out. I want to go on a girls' night out, or I want to do this, or I want to go out and I want to, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Like, no, we're not doing that. We're
Yeah.
trying to raise a family of kings here.
Mm.
We're trying to, the next, whatever, the next world leaders, the next great thinkers of the world. That's what we're trying to do. We're not trying to just be casual about our children. What's wrong with you?
I think that's a very important point I want to raise is that if you're picking a romantic friend, the outcome has to be that you have to raise proper children. Not that you're going to go to clubs together or do some silly stuff. It's got to be children making. Because even if you don't end up making children, you're going to make a really wholesome life. So as a woman, you got to be towards that goal. And as a man, definitely, you need to make everything happen towards making
Yeah,
children.
like guy, like we both, and both of us are kind of we're kind of both at fault to this to some degree. I think men they tend to go for anybody who's gonna give them an opportunity, and so that lowers the standards pretty low a lot of the times, and it makes the friends of the opposite sex feel like they can get away with anything because of our low standards. But also the friends of the opposite sex as well. They just think it's not a big deal, and then nothing's a big deal to them anymore, right? Everything is always like, well, if you don't do what I want, then I could just get somebody else who can. So either chase me or I'm gonna run away. I've actually been told that a couple times. Shout out to those girls.
Whoa. Chase me or run away, huh?
Hmm. That's
Respect.
the first thing they'll tell you is right. Let me tell you this: if you're a guy out there and you start dating these friends, the first thing you're gonna realize is the first thing that comes out of their mouth when something that they don't like is going on, something that makes something might be a little bit difficult. Oh, you know how many other guys like I have another guy, I have somebody like you tomorrow.
Oh my God.
You know, that's the first thing that comes out of their mouth.
That's crazy.
Hey, and you gotta learn to be immune to that. You gotta say, "Oh, really? Okay, bye, Felicia." You know what I'm saying? Call them on that, but call them on that nonsense.
Wow.
And if they actually do it, then do it. Let them do it. That's it. Because you know what the funny part is about those friends is that what they don't realize is, okay, cool, you'll have another boyfriend tomorrow. Cool. All right. Then you get them. And then what happens? Now you got to figure out what that guy's issues are. Oh, yeah. No, he's not going to have any issues. It was just me. I was the only one. I'm the only guy on the whole face of the planet Earth with issues. Yeah, that guy's going to be perfect.
Wow, that's funny.
Right?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they get to the next guy and they tell him the same thing, same threats. Oh, if you're gonna do it somebody else will. And then they go to the next guy, right? And
Yeah.
then before they know it, they got 6 baby daddies and
Oh man.
they don't know who the father is anymore. And you know, it's a hot mess. And then all of a sudden they're 40 years old with living with cats.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can't do that as a friend. If you're a friend out there, don't do that.
What's going on, Sky? Sky in the chat. Shout out to Sky.
Shout out to our friend.
Sky says hello, you lovely people. What else going on, Sky?
Yeah. Danny, shout out to Danny, always in our live stream. Respect, Danny, respect. Danny says, Los went for girls at a club. How does this apply to girls devoted to spiritual growth? Differences between a girl and a woman.
It's all the same, Danny. I'm sorry to break it to you. It all comes down to the same. Listen, and I'm glad you asked that question. That is such a good question to ask. This is what they do, okay? And I really want you guys to internalize this, okay? The game is the same. I don't care if it's a girl you meet at the club or a girl that you meet at the church or a girl that you meet at the temple or the mosque or the ashram, okay? It's all the same. They're going to use their looks to try to manipulate you into doing their bidding, okay? And it's your job as a man to be centered, okay? This is why you meditate, right? Bro, I wish you guys could see, and this is Shiva why I always tell you that I need you to start getting some experience with these things, because until you actually are dealing with it face to face, you have no idea how conniving these creatures can be sometimes.
These friends.
They will literally, these friends, they will, you know what, bro, they will literally sit there, right? And they will do things like, I don't care, like I said, okay, let's say you met them at the ashram. She's a spiritual girl, right? Okay, cool. At some point in time, you guys are going to, you know, get comfortable with each other. You're going to get intimate, right? And then you might live together or whatever, right? There's going to be times where you're just going to be sitting there. You're going to be reading your holy scriptures or something. You're trying, right? You're trying to intensify your meditation or something. And at some point in time, she's going to walk into the room and, remove her garments, right? And then all of a sudden she's going to slyly, kind of look at you from the corner of her eye to see if you're like, are you really reading your scriptures right now, or are you looking at me? And then she's gonna be brushing her hair, just brushing her hair with her voluptuousness all over the place, and you're just sitting there like, and this is what they do. This is how they do it. They know that we're visual creatures, and they try to get you to. They're still, no matter where you meet them, I don't give a damn where it is. They're going to use their looks against you, and it's your job. And I learned this from Arash, actually. I remember Arash said one time, he said, as a man, you should never, what did he say? You should never bring up, what's the word that I can use for that 3-letter word? Starts with an S and ends with an X. you should never bring up intercourse. Okay? Why? Because you're not the gatekeeper of intercourse, right? She is. She's the gatekeeper of intercourse. And so if you play her game, if you play into her game of like, hey, hey babe, can we do some intercourse? Now you put her in the position of power. You put her in the driver's seat. Right now she's like, I don't know. Let me think about it. Huh? You want to have intercourse with me? What are you gonna do for me now? Let's think about it. I don't know, right? But if you just keep your mouth shut, mind your business all day, focus on making money, let her bring it up. Let her be the one to bring up about having intercourse. That at the end of the day, I swear, no matter where you meet this girl, I don't care. Like I said, the ashram or the club or the temple, it's all gonna be the same exact thing. It's gonna come down to intercourse.
Yep.
And women know how to use their looks against you. That's what's gonna happen, regardless of the fact.
Yeah. Shout out to Enviromad. He says the ego is strong in this one. I don't think he said it in a positive way. He's like, oh, the ego is strong in this one. Ugh.
Wait, Shiva, we already decided we're gonna take that as a compliment. So
all right.
Thank you very much for recognizing our big ass egos.
Respect.
Shout out to you. You're your perception. You've got strong perception.
Yeah.
You might be close to enlightenment right now, guy.
Correct. Good job.
Join the Discord if you want to get your ego game up, just like us.
Yeah. So let's talk more about these friends. I love friends. Yeah. It's maybe one day we can be all spiritually enlightened and not play these games and just be honest and authentic with each other and real. Instead of playing little games like, oh, I'm going to get you. So we can all be true friends instead of...
True friends, honest friends.
Yeah.
And that's the sad part about it, man. Is like, sometimes you're with your friend, you know what I'm saying? And you can tell she just wants something.
Uh-huh.
You ever hang out with your friend and you can tell she just wants something from you, but she just refuses to say it? Like, let's say she wants a hug, right? Your friend wants a hug from you. And instead of saying it, she's just going to walk around the room huffing and puffing. And then you're like, what's wrong, friend? Nothing's wrong. I'm fine. Everything's fine. And then 3 weeks later, I don't feel the same anymore. I feel like, you haven't hugged me in a long time. And it's like, oh, you wanted a hug this whole time. But I remember asking you 3 weeks ago what was wrong and you said nothing. And now this whole time you wanted a hug?
Wow.
Oh, but why do I gotta tell you? You just gotta hug me whenever, like, and I'm like, but what if I was trying to read my scriptures?
Oh.
What if I was trying to, enlighten myself? What if I was trying to provide and protect? What if I was trying to start a business?
Yeah.
Or whatever. You know what I mean?
Well, these friends, we have to all understand that they want to just be desired. That's a very strong need in them, in friends. You gotta desire them.
Friends.
Shout out to all the friends that are watching us. If you're a friend, like our videos, and definitely reach out to me if you're a friend.
Bro, I'm so dead, bro. It's so funny, these friends, how they are.
These friends, they get you real good.
I swear. Sometimes when you have a friend, bro, you feel like you're sleeping with the enemy, bro. I swear, it feels like you're sleeping with King Jong-un in your bed sometimes. You're just like, is this friend gonna, unalive me in my sleep or something? Like, you just never know what to expect from these friends.
Oh, these friends aren't loyal.
Bro, and that's the sad, that is such a sad, pathetic truth in this world that we live in. Like, first of all, let me explain something to all the friends out there, okay? I can't even say this because we're on YouTube, but we live in a matrix. We're stuck in the matrix right now, friends. Okay? We live in a world where we're surrounded by Do you know what a PDF? You know what a
Uh,
PDF?
yeah, we get it. We get it.
Do you know what a PDF file is?
Yeah, those ones that you download and they show you lots of good things. Yeah.
Exactly. We re- we live in a world that's run by PDF files.
That's
Okay, and literally they've got us in a rat race, stuck in a rat race, trying to fight for our lives every single day. And at the same time, we've got to battle we got to battle with our friends just to believe us that we want to stay friends at the same time. like
wow. Shout
like
out to
woman,
that.
I'm trying to fight the matrix here. Like, because God, can you please leave me the heck alone?
Wow.
I'm trying to get us out of the rat race. Jesus.
Whew. Hopefully none of
It's
the.
crazy. It's crazy thing. You know, can I give you a statistic, Shiva, real quick on that note?
Sure.
Did you know that on a yearly basis, okay? On a yearly basis, that means every single year, a football stadium full of how can I put this word? People that are below the age
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
uh
We know, we know.
people of low age go missing. A football stadium full of them goes missing every single year. And I'm talking about not just in the stands. I'm talking about the stands and the field itself combined. That amount of young
People.
young God's creations go missing every single year. Every single year in the United States alone. And that's we're talking about a first world country with we have police departments, we have detectives, we have governments, we have agencies, we have surveillance, we have all sorts of things. Imagine the statistics in third world countries, right? Where none of these things are even, you can just bribe your way out of a situation, right? Imagine in those places how many of those people go missing. And it's like, and what do you're concerned about why I'm not giving you a hug or why I'm not calling you enough times? It's because we're fighting against good and evil here. We're in the fight of a lifetime right now with what's going on. Okay, I've got bigger things to worry about instead of just calling you 24/7. Okay?
Yeah. Well, shout out to all the friends. Shout out if you're a friend.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to protect you. I'm trying to protect you. I'm trying to protect you. I'm trying to, like I said, I'm trying to free us. I'm trying to free us somehow. So like, just let me focus, okay? Let me do what I gotta do. If I got 10 minutes to spare, I promise I'll give it all to you. But most of the time, I'm trying to get out of this. I'm trying to get out of this. Like, think about it. We pay taxes on our income, right? Then we pay taxes on stuff that we spend. Then if you buy something, then you got to pay taxes on the stuff that you own.
And don't get us wrong, we love paying taxes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, it's crazy the situation that we're in, and then we got inflation, averaging right now 8% per year. It's crazy. Like, if you think about 8% per year sometimes, right? Imagine that over 10 years. That's 80% of your money gone, of your earning power. This is what we're up against, and you sitting here worried about me giving you a hug or giving you a phone call or sending you a heart emoji. Like, can we please grow the hell up? Jeez. So this is what it means to be a friend. Okay. Let me fight the Matrix in peace, woman. Please, I'm fighting the Matrix. My back's against the wall here and they're beating the crap out of me. I'm just trying to get out of the corner. Okay, so just please let me just defend myself and let me come home to some peace. Just please just make me a coffee and let me eat some delicious food so I can go back and, fight the system again. Well, like, here's my friend calling me right now.
Yeah.
Is that enough? Did we touch enough on the subject, Shiva? What do you think?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Pretty good?
Yeah.
So anyway, that's today's video. What does it mean to be a friend? But also, let's just end it on a positive note. We love all of y'all. We understand. Y'all are living in a different world than us. You will never know what it's like to be in our shoes, and we don't want you to. We don't want you to feel what it is to live in our world. You know what I'm saying? We want to protect you from this reality. We want you to be little princesses in your little bubbles and stuff like that. Okay? So just please, just at the same time, just please try to understand us when we're doing what we got to do. Me and Shiva right now, we're on our hustle gang. We're hustling. We spend most of our waking hours trying to make YouTube videos because we're trying to get rich, right? So that we can protect our children and our friends from being caught up in the whirlwind of the Matrix. Okay. It's not because we don't want to have time with you. You don't think I want to just spend all day just cuddling and giving you a big fat hug? Of course I do. But what kind of a friend would I be if I did that? It wouldn't make any sense. Come on now. Jeez.
Yeah.
Maybe want to cry here.
We love all our friends out there. You're a friend, shout out to you. And yeah. I guess Love's friend is calling her or calling him. Needs to go.
Yeah, my friends are definitely calling me. Somebody said, is Shiva's ego actually big?
If you're a friend, I'll show you.
This is a guy, I think.
Oh,
then... but
don't worry about it.
So listen, let's end it with we're with our offerings, of our services. He lives with his mom and he's okay with it. Let me you are Shababi or whatever your name is. Let me explain something to you that I had to learn the hard way of dealing with Shiva for such a long time. Okay, some of us have family members that actually care about us. Okay, is that such a bad thing? Too bad, so sad for you that you don't have that. I'm sorry for you. We don't all grow up in the same situation. Some of us live in we grew up in the jungle amongst wolves and lions and tigers and bears, and some of us, we're just not in that situation. We're not born into that. Okay, what if you grew up and your dad is Bill Gates? Are you gonna be mad at him because he lives in one of his dad's 5,000 homes? What do you want? Do you want him to go suffer to impress you? Shut up. Leave him alone, okay? You have no idea, and I had to learn this through many years of arguing with Shiva because I used to make fun of him about the same thing. But I realized that we're not in the same world. We're not on the same planet. Shiva doesn't have to worry about his mom's future. Okay? Everything's good. Yeah, just framing it. Now, frame it differently. Leave the man alone. You don't know his circumstances. You don't know why he does the things he does. Only he knows why. And I'm pretty sure that if he had something to worry about, he'd do something about it. But clearly he has nothing to worry about. So just leave him alone. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, when I'm YouTube famous, I'll show all you. You just watch.
Yeah, he's playing the slow game here. He's enjoying his life. You could say people that are depressed have the biggest egos. What?
You could say that. Doesn't mean it's true.
You could say that, but it wouldn't make any sense. The heck does that even mean? People, whenever you ever see somebody who's depressed with a big ego, those people have the smallest egos.
That's so true.
You know what I'm saying? Like they're just literally sitting in their bed crying all day. They need a bigger ego. Shout out to Sky in the chat. She said, "I'd give anything to see my dad again. I'd happily live with him and my mom for until I'm 50." Exactly, bro. Who else are you gonna friggin' live with? You want to go live by yourself and pay rent, and then make your mom pay her own rent? Is that what you want, or would you rather just stay home with your mom and help her pay rent? Well, how about this? How about you stay home with your mom and your dad and your brothers, and you guys all share the rent, and you all get rich together, and you buy multiple homes and sell them and flip them, and buy multiple cars and share income. And think about this. Matter of fact, let's go back to the time of kings and queens. Did you see the princess? Did the prince leave the home? Did he just go off to some distant land just to live like a broke person? No, he lived in the castle with his dad until his dad, wasn't alive, and then he became the king. That was it. It was simple. Kind of nonsense that we're living in. All this independent society bullcrap that we're living in. Individualism. It's another thing. You see what I'm saying? This is what I'm talking about being friends. You got to have the right friends, because the wrong friends is going to be like, no, yeah, I want to go live let's go move over here because your mom is to this and your dad is to that and blah, blah, blah. Shut up. Figure it out. How about your mom? Your mom's annoying the hell out of me too, but do you stop being her daughter? No, right? You figure it out. That's what it means to be a family member. Okay?
Yeah.
Look at this guy says, then I must have an ego because I have depression.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, Sky. I'm so sorry that you have that. I want to, Sky, come on the Discord, and come on to do a video call with us one day. We're gonna pump up your ego. What does Shiva say? To what? To cosmic proportions. What do you say?
Yep, cosmic proportions. You got it right.
Give the little spiel on the ego.
We're gonna pump you up. You're gonna be competing with the sun. The sun's gonna be jealous of your puffed up ego. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
No, but seriously,
we all got stuff to be proud of. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, I'm sitting here in a wheelchair, bro. Sitting in a wheelchair. I have to ask my mom to give me coffee. I have to, 3 months ago, I was having nurses coming in my room, cleaning me from me, doing number 2 on myself, and I still got an ego. You know what I'm saying?
Respect.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, we'll treat you much more appropriately if you're a girl for the ego healing sessions or the ego boosting sessions. If you're a girl, or if you're a friend out there, shout out to you if you're a friend. We're gonna treat you much differently than the other friends.
Oh yeah, it's completely different. For the guys, we're gonna break them down. We're gonna make them feel like crap, and then we're gonna build them up. For the girls, it's a completely different process. We don't want to do that to you guys.
Yeah.
VR Huzba says, I'm mostly saying that because people with depression have hella I statements that are repeating.
All right, buddy. I think you're not so smart.
Bro, stop crying. Go cry. Like, why are you crying about it, bro? Just let us have egos. We got I have a big ass ego. I think I'm cool. I think that I'm the smartest person. I. What's wrong with that? What's wrong? I don't think do you actually know anybody who's depressed? First of all, look at Shiva right now. Does he look depressed to you? As he's sitting there dancing and being silly. Do I look depressed? We're not depressed. Are you high? What's wrong with you? I know people who are depressed. I've seen these people. They do not act like us, okay? People who are depressed, they're sad. They're laying in bed all day with a sad look on their face. That's what the depression is.
Yeah. If you were a SpongeBob character, who would you be, Carlos? I think you'd be Patrick.
I'd be Patrick. I'd love to be Patrick. Yeah, he's cool. I'm not mad at that.
I think I'll be Squidward, but I'll be a cool Squidward.
No, I think I'd be Squidward. You'd be SpongeBob.
Yeah, makes more sense, I guess.
I think you'd be SpongeBob. You'd be sitting here talking about, I'm ready. What do you say? I'm ready. What do you say?
It's podcast time, ladies and gentlemen. I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
He said, I'm not saying y'all are depressed. Yes, you are saying that because you said people with the biggest egos have the most depression, and we're both saying that we have big egos.
That's not true.
So maybe you didn't mean it that way. Okay, so then let me stop being mean to you. Maybe you didn't mean it. Maybe you didn't catch that part. But we're saying we have big egos.
So, what can a friend do out there? If they're a friend, what should they do? What can they do to become better friends? You just learn to be like a flower, I think.
Mm,
That's what you want to do in the first place, right? Be like a flower, soft, blossoming, beautiful, smell nice.
quiet, quiet.
Sure, we'll add that in there too.
I
But that's Los's
never heard a
contribution.
flower talk before.
Yeah,
Luscious, luscious Alcatraz says, "I'd be Gary." What the hell's Gary?
Gary's a snail. The SpongeBob's
Oh, the little
pet.
meow, the little meow.
Yeah,
That's funny. Gary was supposed to be like a snail cat.
yeah.
Learn to be like a flower gay. No, we're not talking about men VR husband. We're talking about friends that are of the opposite gender. Hello.
Yeah.
Have you not caught on to that yet?
Yeah.
We're talking about those. We're talking about the opposite gender. We want them to be like flowers. Just sit there and look pretty. It's all. That's your job.
Yeah. Well, on that note,
Um. Hmm.
we've been streaming for 100 minutes.
What a statistic that is.
That's what it says here.
100
Hey, you don't like it?
100 minutes.
Yeah,
Anyway, today's episode that concludes it. What does it mean to be a friend? Um, yeah, take it forever how you guys want. Watch it, take it in, soak it in, see if see if it applies to you in any way. If it doesn't, then you don't have to take it. Nobody's forcing you to do anything you don't want to do. But I would just take a look around at all the girls out there who are not taking this advice and are saying, "Yeah, I can do whatever I want. I'm a free my this and my choice and whatever, and I don't need a man, and I could have another one like you in the next minute." And just look at how all their lives are, and just let me know if you want to end up like that. If you want to end up like that, then go follow them.
Mm,
Sky
yes.
says, "Thank you, host, for so much love." Absolutely, Sky. Any friggin' time. That's what we're here for. We are here to pump up the egos. Of course, we're going to speak our own selfish desires sometimes, which I think basically is what this episode was about. What we desire. Will we ever get it? Maybe not. Who cares? We're too focused on our own egotistical YouTube creating fandom game to care anyway, but we're just letting you know what we want. If we're gonna get it or not, who cares? If there's one thing we're here to definitely do that we do care about is we want to help pump people's egos up. If you're depressed, we want to undepress you. If you're sad, we want to make you happy. Everything else to us is secondary. So shout out to us for that.
Yeah.
And I guess on that note, we'll wrap it. You have anything else you want to say to close it off?
Yeah, and most importantly, if you're ignorant, we want to make you wise.
Forgot about that one.
That's it, folks.
So on that note,
Yeah.
join the Discord. Make sure you guys follow Shiva Kailash at Shiva Kailash Shambho on YouTube. Follow me at Scary Hours Podcast on YouTube. Check the description of all of our videos. We got links to our own Discord channels and also in the profile section of our channels as well. Today's episode, what does it mean to be a friend? We will catch you guys on the next one.
I love you. Peace.
Love you.